From the National Press Club in Washington, D.C., this is Rewind. This week, George Clooney used his star power in Washington to focus on the crisis in South Sudan. From our broadcast studios, he fielded interviews with all the major news outlets to describe the atrocities he witnessed.
We wanted to get on the ground to see specifically for ourselves and film for ourselves what was going on. We got a little closer than we thought we were going to. You know, we got in the middle of a rocket attack. And we got to a village that was hit a few hours before, and a lot of kids were hurt.
If we blow the whistle and shine the spotlight on a particular place, maybe it'll have a deterrence impact. If it doesn't, at least we'll capture evidence of what these armies and this Army and Air Force from the Sudan government is doing, and we can pass that on to the International Criminal Court and the United Nations Security Council.
At the luncheon, the son of the late Senator Ted Kennedy spoke of the challenges of implementing the Mental Health Parity Act.
When we withhold treatment simply because the malady involves the brain rather than the kidneys, the heart, the lungs, that's a civil rights issue. We've made great progress, but right now we have interim final rules instead of enduring inalienable rights.
A former Minnesota Republican congressman joined Kennedy to crusade for equal treatment.
But we're going to every corner of this great country to mobilize the grassroots once again, to prove once again that the people are more powerful than the insurance company lobbyists who are working overtime to kill parity.
The Florida Attorney General, who filed the first state lawsuit challenging the constitutionality of Obamacare, now before the U.S. Supreme Court, gave a preview of his argument.
The federal government's coming in and coercing and commandeering and doing something bigger than it's ever done before, and it didn't ask our permission. And so the real issue here for the federal government and for the Supreme Court is how far can the federal government go in its spending provisions before it violates the 10th Amendment by commandeering the state's assets.
At a nuclear security pre-summit briefing, experts listed the many challenges of securing loose weapons.
The International Atomic Energy Agency has confirmed 20 separate cases of theft or loss of nuclear material to date. And that's what we know about. It's not about nonproliferation, it's about nuclear security. And it's not about, as Ken said, it's not about agreeing on what to do with building weapons up or down. It's about making sure that the weapons we do have and the materials we do have are secure.
A nonprofit panel analyzed the role of faith-based organizations in minimizing youth violence.
Religious institutions have a moral obligation to ensure the survival and safety and success of all of our children.
A police commissioner emphasized the need for churches to work with the officers.
I need you to go back into your congregations and help with this message. Everyone in this city has to agree that our priority has to be bad guys with guns.
From Washington, D.C., this is Rewind. I'm Phil Cordes.